appreciate it. Once again, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Susan Doyle, Oasis Senior Advisors. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving leftovers. But just a little bit about us. Got to give me my two minutes of fame or a minute of fame. Oasis, we help people figure out the right senior living options, if it's at home or assisted living. So if you know of anyone who needs some help or is curious about assisted living, give us a call. We're free. But enough about that. So Thanksgiving, last year for Thanksgiving, we're always the host. We had 36 people for sit-down dinner. That's probably the biggest we've ever had. That's not happening this year, so because we can't. I think the state said you can have a maximum of 10 people. So I think a lot of people are going to have much smaller gatherings, but that shouldn't sacrifice your big Thanksgiving dinner. You can still have turkey with all the trimmings. You shouldn't be afraid of that because what do you do with all those leftovers? So as you can see, I did a mini Thanksgiving. I have my leftovers here in my containers. So I've got some turkey. I made a turkey breast. You don't have to make a full turkey, right? You can make a breast. This was a 5-pound breast. It took an hour and a half to make. And so I can't just eat turkey sandwiches. We'll go crazy. You got the stuffing. Any stuffing that you like, you still have leftovers because we always have stuffing leftovers. I've got sweet potatoes, complete with the mini marshmallows. Okay, you can use this too. Mashed potatoes. I made fresh cranberry sauce, and we're going to learn how to do that instead of just buying the can. And this one is actually pureed, so I put it through a food processor to make it smooth. We're going to make cranberry cookies with that. And of course, gravy. Now I know I'm pretty starched out right here, but if you make roasted vegetables and things like that, we're going to be able to incorporate all this stuff in our recipe today. So first thing we're going to do are fresh cranberries. So you see these all over the place, your cranberries. What do you do with them? The most simple thing, I've made 3 batches of these over the last couple of days. It's incredible. So what we start with, I'm just going to do half a bag, but you're going to get the recipe that has the full bag. Make the full bag. What are you going to do with the other half? So we just put it in a saucepan with, in this case, it's a half a bag, a half a cup of sugar and a half a cup of water. That's it. You turn it on. This takes about 5 minutes to do. All right, and we're going to watch them pop. So I wanted to start this so that, throughout our demonstration, you'll be able to see what it looks like. But this is the basic recipe. This is how you get it all started. You could also put a little bit of orange juice in there. So if you put a half a cup of water, you can go half and half, a quarter cup of water, quarter cup of orange juice. Yesterday I made it with, Trader Joe's has this delicious, it's orange peach mango. Yeah, I made it with that too. Any way you want to mix it up. But this, as I said, is the basic recipe. When we're done with it, you can also add orange liqueur, which I'm going to do, like triple sec or Grand Marnier, but we'll do that at the end. It really makes it extra flavorful. Okay, so we're going to let that go it's for a little while because I want to get started on my turkey empanadas. I forgot to turn my oven on, so I'm going to get that going. So, turkey empanadas. What a great way to put all your Thanksgiving leftovers in one thing. And I made these yesterday, and then I brought some over to my parents. Went to see my parents yesterday. I brought them, and they thought they were delicious. So, what do we start with? It's really whatever you want. This recipe, you're going to put it into a pie crust, okay? And I'll show you how to do that in a second, but let's do the filling first. So it's going to be, this is my chopped turkey, a tablespoon, maybe a little more, right? Now we're going to put in mashed potatoes, because I have a lot left over. And sweet potatoes, complete with your mini marshmallows. Or not, gonna forget the cranberry sauce. My fresh cranberry sauce. Gravy. Now, if you've got roasted veggies, Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, whatever it is you want, you put it in. And then we just stir it. Mix it all up. Okay. Oh, I put the stuffing. He's saying, where's your stuffing? Did I put it in? Yes, I did put it in. All right. So that's going to be the filling for our empanadas. I'm only going to make 2 today. Just to show you right now, this is my cranberries, and they're popping. It almost sounds like popcorn. And it smells so good. I can't tell you how good it smells. So to make the empanada, the crust, you can just get a basic pie crust. I bought these at Stop and Shop, and you bring them to room temperature. Or if you're a pastry chef, you can make your own crust. I even made these yesterday. You know, I don't know. I got the Petty Crocker pie crust from the grocery store. This worked out really, really well. So what you want to do is we're going to turn out the pie. We're only going to use this center section. Okay. The recipe tells you to roll it out on a board and make it thinner. Don't even bother. I tried that, and this is just so much easier. If you take the pie crust out, I'm trying to move some of my stuff out of the way. Because once you take it out, it starts to crack. So I'm just going to cut around the outside, and this way we have a nice circle. This just becomes really messy. We've got a nice circle. And then we're going to take the filling and fill and put like 3 tablespoons, you know, just on the, not even, 2 tablespoons on the inside, right? On one side of it. And you fold it over. Oops, I need a fork. Fold it over. My lovely assistant, Paul, is getting me my fork. You'll see his arm. And then you're going to just crimp it with a fork. You know, close it. Don't worry if it starts falling out. It's okay. It'll all look lovely in the end. Then you brush the whole thing with melted butter, because everything's better with butter. So that's the first one. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the second one. The great thing about these, you can make as many as you want. And as I said, if you want to use that pie crust Betty Crocker stuff, it kind of rolls out better than this. But you can freeze these afterwards. So you bake them. We're going to bake them in the oven for about 20 minutes, 20, 25 minutes until they're golden brown. Right? And, you know, you can make a few of these, but then as I said, you can put them in the freezer and just heat them up another day. And it really, it works out really well. I'll show you what they look like, because I don't know if we're going to be able to do the whole thing today. I'm going to try. Hopefully it'll come out in time. All right, so we're going to fold it over. So this is lined up. We're going to crimp it. This one's not going to look as pretty as my other ones. I don't know why. Just kind of that one. And melted butter. Very simple. So this is a parchment lined pan, right? Parchment paper. Put some parchment paper on it because otherwise it will stick. All right, I'm going to stick it in here. It's probably going to take a little bit longer because we're not hot enough yet. Put it on for 25 minutes. And you'll see what it looks like when it comes out. But these are the ones I made the other day, like 2 days ago. They look really delicious. And when I tell you it's turkey dinner in this delicious crust, it's really spectacular. Oh my gosh, but you're going to see what it looks like when it comes out. So now getting back to our cranberry sauce. All right, so it's really kind of boiling away right now. I'm going to turn this off right now. It tells you to add a pinch of salt. I don't know why. I think it helps gels it a bit. You know what? I'm going to keep it going. The cranberries pop, but they also got to mush a little bit. They really got to not stop being a berry. So I'm going to keep that on for a little bit longer. So now I have another turkey recipe we're going to do, but I want to work on the cranberry thumbprint cookies. So I'm going to put the oven on. These are, I came across this recipe and I'm like, oh, something to do with leftover cranberry sauce. Instead of putting it in a sandwich, putting it in empanada, because we always have too much. And I found these cookies and they're to die for. Normally you see these around Christmas time, you put jam in it, right? But this we're going to use cranberry sauce. So with my fresh cranberry, I put it through a processor and it became very soft and smooth. This stuff, I gotta tell you, you can put this on ice cream. Have it with yogurt. I'm not gonna eat it in front of you right now, but I really could. I could eat this whole thing just the way it is. So anyway, this recipe, it's a basic cookie recipe, and I'm gonna have it because I don't need to make any cookies. I made some yesterday. So this is going to be a stick of butter, soft butter. It's been sitting outside on the countertop for about an hour. Light brown sugar, about a half a cup. I'm going to put it in my mixer. And we're going to mix it together. Sorry, it's going to be a little loud. Woo! Oh no! Oh well. Sugar all over the floor. Okay, so we're going to mix this. All right, and then we're going to add a little soft. Okay, so we're going to add some vanilla extract. And it says, let's see, how much? It really doesn't matter. It's about a half a teaspoon because I'm adding my recipe. And then we're going to put in some cinnamon and some allspice. About a half a teaspoon of both. If you like a lot of cinnamon, put more, but don't go overboard. Oh, come on now. And then some allspice. Really feels like Thanksgiving with these ingredients. Then just going to mix it a little bit right now. I'm going to mix it all together. Sorry about that. Then we're going to add about a cup of flour. Super simple. I'll try and get it so it doesn't go all over the place. I'll show it to you when it comes out, when it's just about done. So it looks a little crummy right now, like crumbly, but it comes together really well. It's very, very fast. Or if you have a hand mixer, use a hand mixer. There we go. There we go. This is coming together much better. Coming together much better than yesterday. It's actually fun. And now also some chopped pecans or pecans, whichever way. Throw them right in. That's it. Mix it all up. You just get it off of here, and this way I'll show you what it looks like, because it smells delicious. There's my dough, right? Nice and cookie dough. So now what do we do with these? We take a pan, cookie sheet, spray it, and then we're going to make them into little balls. I have this little melon baller, which is perfect for cookies. Makes them uniform. And I scoop it out, make it into a little ball, just like that. Push my thumb into it, hence thumbprint cookies, and put them down. I'm not going to make all of these, but you kind of get the gist. So a little ball, press it down. I want to be able to show you. Let me tell you, I brought these to my mother's yesterday, and she's like, "Oh, that looks okay." And then they tasted them. They're like, "Oh my God, these are so good." So here, let's see. You take, you want to fill up the hole or the little indentation, right? Press that down a little bit more. The other thing I found that people do when they make cranberry bars, I've got to do that because I didn't not giving you the recipe for that because I didn't try it out. I really do try all these recipes out before I show them to you, and I didn't try this one out yet. So that one has a lot of nuts on it, but that's okay. Anyway, stick it in there. Super simple, right? I mean, I'm not doing anything crazy here. It's really, really easy. So for this, we put it in 350-degree oven. I think I'm heating this up to 375, so let me just mix it. We'll let that heat up for a minute. And actually, I think I'm going to make a few more of these just because we have some time here. And I want to show you, as I said, it's super, super easy. I couldn't believe it. I'm into, simple is best for me. I can't be bothered with complicated recipes. I don't have the bandwidth for it. I just want to make it easy. So, okay, going back to I'm sorry I'm bouncing back and forth, but if you can see my cranberry right now, it's really very thick. Okay, there's some liquid in there, but that's good. We want it to have a little bit of liquid. So now I'm going to put in some orange zest, right? So I have this microplane, but whatever, if you have a grater, cheese grater, you just put in, I think it's about a tablespoon, or not even, like a teaspoon of orange peel. It really does make a difference, flavor-wise. And then, if you have it, you can go either, if you want it or not, it's fine. The alcohol really gets burned off, so you don't have to worry that you're going to get drunk or anything like that. So, so this is triple sec, or as I said, you can use Grand Marnier. It's 3 tablespoons, so I'm just putting in 3 capfuls. And just stir it around, obviously. And then you let it cool completely and put it in a container. This is just a coffee cup with a lid. And it comes out just like this. I'm telling you, it's incredible. Now, if you want to put other things in your cranberry, that's fine. I brought this to my mom, and she loves pineapple, you know, the canned pineapple. She loves putting that in it, or any kind of, my aunt used to make this, it's a cranberry relish, but she would get, you know, the frozen fruit from the freezer section, the strawberries and the berries. She would put some of that in her cranberries. It's really like a dessert itself. So whatever, I'm a purist, I kind of like it this way with a little bit of orange. If you like lemon, you can do that. Really, whatever you like. So I'm going to put these in the oven. What's that? At 350, or was there? It's about 15 minutes. So we're in good shape. Everything should be done at the same time. Let's hope. Okay, I'll finish this later. So the next thing, what do you do with turkey? I know I'm bouncing back and forth. We're going to make turkey stroganoff. Some people make turkey trazzini. I'm doing stroganoff because we can use the leftover gravy to make the stroganoff. Tetrazzini, you kind of make your own sauce, but I wanted to use as many of the ingredients as possible. So with this, it's going to be 2 tablespoons of butter. All right, we're going to melt the butter, and then we're going to put in chopped onions and a couple of garlic cloves that are chopped. Let me see this. I'll make sure you can see this. I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So I chopped up my onions earlier because I didn't feel like crying in front of you all. So it says a small onion. I chopped them up, and 2 chopped garlic cloves. And we're going to melt our butter. I'm going to saute the garlic and onions. The other thing that goes in here is peas, right? So if you have leftover peas and mushrooms. So don't make all your mushrooms, save them. Or you can put them in here. I'm going to cut up some mushrooms. It says about 8 ounces of mushrooms. This is about 7 big ones. So remember, with mushrooms, never wash them with water. If they're dirty, take a wet paper towel and just wipe the dirt off. Because mushrooms, you know, they will absorb all that water and get super mushy. So never wash them. My mom, when they would get, you know, sometimes if they get a little older, they might start getting brown. I mean, these are pretty fresh, I just bought them. And what she would do is just peel them. Don't cut your finger, but every time my mom makes mushrooms, she peels them. I think it's just, you know, what she's used to doing. So you can do that. We're going to slice them. Can you see? Move some of this stuff out of the way. And just we're going to slice them up. I do not slice them ahead of time because with mushrooms, once they're exposed to the air, they get brown. Oh, I don't like brown mushrooms. So I'm just going to slice these up. I already cut off the bottoms too, right? Because those usually are pretty, you know, dirty. Just slicing away. Kind of watching my onions at the same time. They're sauteing nicely. The phone is ringing. It's not mine. Okay. So these, so my onions are sauteing nicely. Now what this recipe also calls for is a little bit of sherry and Worcestershire sauce. You have sherry, great. If you like to have a little drink of sherry, that's great. I ran out, so now I just have the cooking sherry. I grabbed this at the grocery store. So it's a nice flavor. I'm just trying to get these a little soft. Basically, it says to saute them for about 5 minutes. You want them to get a little soft. Okay. Good. So that looks pretty good. It's popping away. And then we're going to put in, it says 1.5 ounces of cooking sherry. What's 1.5 ounces? I'm going to have this recipe. It's really not that much. So if you look at a traditional, that's a lot. 1.5 ounces. Oh, okay. So it's probably a couple of tablespoons, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to put this in, you're going to put the sherry in, and they tell you to deglaze the pan. That's basically pouring it in and just making sure all that yummy good stuff that's starting to get to stick to the bottom of the pan comes up, comes off. So you see it's boiling, and anything that's been stuck. Oh gosh, that was Worcestershire sauce. Oh well, I made a bit of a mistake. That's okay. We'll deglaze with both of them. It's fine. It's all going to be good. So I put Worcestershire and sherry in. But if you follow the recipe, you put the sherry first, then you'll add the Worcestershire, and then you're going to add some of this delicious gravy. Now, believe it or not, I went to Stu Leonard's and I bought their pre-made gravy. I usually make my own gravy, and I add turkey stock to it. Whatever you want to do is fine. But with this, we're going to put in, it's 1/2 cup. So we're having this recipe. We're going to pour some gravy in. So it's probably going to be about 1/4 cup. Right. And then we have the Worcestershire sauce, bring to a boil. And we're going to, since it's at a boil, this is kind of thick. So because it's kind of thick, you can make it thinner by adding some chicken stock or some water. I always have a box of stock on hand. I add it to everything. Like I'll make rice with chicken stock, get some more flavor. And you just kind of, you add it and make it a little bit thinner. That's still thick. This is really thick gravy. I think it depends on your gravy and how thick it is. So there we go. So it says to simmer for a while. Whoa. 1 second. Oh. We also can't forget about our lovely mushrooms. Which, this is good because this will take a minute to do. You just saute some mushrooms. Okay. Yeah, so for Thanksgiving this year, it's just going to be us and the 4 kids. It's going to be our last Thanksgiving in our house. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling, but there's a lot for us to be thankful for. Thank God we're all healthy. I think we all need to be careful with, larger social gatherings. We all want to be with our families, but we just really need to be careful. a bigger social gathering next year. Hopefully this whole virus will calm down a bit, right? We'll see. It is what it is. We just need to be patient and safe, right? Very important. But yeah, so we're gonna all cook together on Thanksgiving morning, and hopefully the weather will be nice and spend some time outside. But anyway, so this is looking pretty good. Very, very good. So you can either saute your mushrooms, you know, with the onions, or if you have leftover mushrooms from your Thanksgiving, you can use them. So I'm pretending these are my leftover mushrooms from Thanksgiving. You can throw those in. And then if you have leftover peas, don't need that many. This is about, I don't know, a half a cup of peas. I cheated and I've got my bag of peas from my freezer and defrosted them. So I'm just gonna throw those in. And then it says a pound of leftover turkey. So that's just, that's probably about a cup, maybe a little more, however much you want, right? Now, if you wanted to put stuffing in here, you can. You can put whatever you want in here. I might add a little bit more gravy if you do that. And because what we're going to do is we're going to serve this over noodles, cooked noodles. Who doesn't like noodles, right? Especially when you have yummy gravy. Right, so I made some noodles already. Put it in my little bowl. And this is just, you know, boil some water, add a little bit of salt, drain them. And then, this is it. I mean, simple, right? Super simple. I'll even taste it for you. You can see I'm going to feel like a galloping gourmet. That's really delicious. So we're going to pour this over the noodles. This is lunch for us, Paul. I'm getting the thumbs up. But it's so pretty. And show me too, if you want to add more salt and pepper, you can. Well, so that is this. Okay. I'm going to move some of this out of the way. Now let's take a look at my empanadas, my cookies. All right. So the cookies I made the other day too. Look how pretty they are. I put a little bit of powdered sugar on top, and just to make it a little prettier, as I said, I brought some over to my mom, hence there's only 6 there. I had another 8, and they ate them all, which is awesome. Yeah, and then this is my cranberry. Like, look how it was liquidy before, but it's just kind of gelling up like it should. It's really, really delicious. So let's see. I think these are pretty done. I could probably keep them in a little bit longer. I like them a little bit more golden brown. But if you can see that, they're delicious, and they're great. As I said, you can freeze them. I mean, how many leftovers do you have? You really don't need much to make these, right? And it's super easy. And you put them in a container and you freeze them. And then you heat them up whenever you want. So, my cookies, they're almost done. We're going to give those a few minutes. But did I really look through this? Oh my gosh. So that's what I have. So where do you, so how do you make your dinner? if you're not a big cook, believe me, I went over a lot of stores, Stu Leonard's, grocery stores. They have pre-made turkey, and they have all the sides. So if you don't feel like making it yourself, you can, pick them up. And then, as I said, you get all these leftovers. Great options. Okay. Wait. Oven's yelling at me. And that's it. Super simple. 15 minutes. Incredible. So I guess we can unmute. Do you have any questions? What are we doing for Thanksgiving? Anybody want to share?
Spatchcock turkey.
Huh?
Doing spatchcock turkey.
Oh, yum.
You can do a whole turkey like in an hour and a half.
Really? Where do you get that? Do you go to a butcher?
Oh, I let Village Market do it, but we actually have the scissors. We can do it ourselves. It's just you have to have a big rack and a big wide pan.
Oh, and you just cut the back off and it flatten it out?
And it cooks very evenly then.
Oh, I've never done that.
And faster. Well, I tried it with chickens first because they were cheaper.
Yeah. Well, turkeys now, I mean, they've got some great sales going on, and they will. But wow, that's a great idea. Let's try that sometime. Maybe this year. It's a smaller group. So normally, last year we had 36 people. I had a turkey and a breast, and then everybody brings stuff. So we had, oh God, probably about 12 sides.
Wow.
A lot of food.
I remember the pictures. The pictures were amazing.
Oh, did you see?
I saw the pictures. Your husband shared the pictures with me. I was so impressed.
Yeah,
I liked when he stood up and waved to the other side of the whole house. That was great.
Yeah, and we have a huge family, and we would have one big table, and yeah, everybody enjoyed themselves, so that was great. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Normally, the family, Paul's side comes up, and they're all over the place, and they play football in the morning, and then my family comes up or came up, and it was just, the biggest challenge is how do you seat everybody? Make sure that everybody chats and.
But your new house in North Stamford has a huge dining room, right?
It's a nice, it's a nice sized dining room. Yeah, everything's nice.
That's how you chose the house, by the dining room.
No, by the kitchen.
So I think it's a trick question. Ask us what we're doing for Thanksgiving, because of course we're going to your house. Wasn't this the whole point? Right? Wasn't this the whole point, Paul? I know you're behind the camera. Wasn't that the whole point? I'm coming over. You're cooking much better than I'm cooking, let me tell you.
Oh my gosh. So I only see little boxes. Where's everyone from? I can't.
Well, you got at least 2 at homers. I don't know about anybody else.
Oh, awesome. Well, you're more than welcome to join us, especially if it's nice out.
That's adorable. You're going to hang out. I'm going to play football so I can slam Paul again this year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, Paul? Remember last year?
I very well, yes. So we had 36 people over for dinner, and he broke his ribs. And so 10:30 that night, he couldn't move, and we spent the evening, or very late at night, in the ER. It was so much fun.
And Paul, so remember this year that you're an old guy. You can't do that anymore.
I keep telling him that, but he still wants to play.
He wants to play.
He wants to play.
Adorable.
But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll have a nice day. And I don't play. I cook. I mean, I don't play football. How about that?
And I don't play football. I just eat. Yes. But I clean up.
Yep.
This was a treat. Thanks so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for including it home. We love having this on. Do you do this? How often do you do this?
So we've been doing it every month. This is our sixth episode. We're not doing December just because we're moving. But but we'll most likely start up again mid-January.
All right. I
Great.
hope you include
Great.
us. This was fun.
Oh, great. I'm glad you could join us. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So I can send you the recipe. We've done all kinds of things, right? I mean, we did, what do we do? Pumpkin and zucchini and tomatoes. And we did banana bread and, oh gosh, what else did we do? I don't know. I forgot. Look, so go on our website and look on our blog. We just put the recipes up.
Nice.
Go.
Nice. It's obviously all that cooking, Sherry. I get it. It's way too much to keep track of.
Cooking, Sherry.
I'm so glad I don't have to clean that kitchen now. I'm just so happy to be sitting here in my messy office instead of the kitchen.
So even though I made a mistake, it still tastes good. I'm telling
I
you.
don't doubt it. You're one of those cooks that you can just fix it. God
You
bless.
just- this is not complicated. That's the thing. So if you, as I said, if you mess up, oops, all right, no big deal. So.
Thanks very much.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Take care.
Thanks
Have a
for
big day
joining
tomorrow.
us. I know we finished a little bit early, but that's
Susan.
okay.
Bye.
Susan?
Stay healthy, be healthy, get your flu shot. What other essays can I say?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving and
Enjoy.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Oh my gosh.
Thanks a bunch. Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
All right.